Hello friends, welcome back to Netcode. Today we are going to learn Flutter. So are you excited about Flutter? It released in 2017. So let's get started. So where can we upload our Flutter apps? This question looks like weird, so that's why I said another question. So we can upload our Flutter apps on both Android and iOS. So if our Flutter app is iOS, we can upload into App Store. If it is Android, we can upload into Play Store. So minimum system requirements is we must have Windows 7 or a new version, just like Windows 8 and Windows 10. So, and we need to have Git, and then we must have at least 400 MB and 10 GB. 400 MB is for 400 MB is for Flutter download, and 10 GB is for the emulator. So, which software you can build Flutter apps? So you can build Flutter apps on Android Studio, Visual Studio Code, and Xcode 12. So if you have a Mac OS, you can have Xcode. It is better to have a Xcode on Mac OS. If you have Android, if you are going to build Android app, you can use Visual Studio Code or Android Studio. So Visual Studio Code is easier for me, but you can use any software that is easier for you. So, which operating system you can build Flutter apps? So, we can build our Flutter apps on both both Mac and Windows. So, if we don't have a Mac OS, we also cannot build iOS apps. So if you have a Mac OS, you can build iOS apps and Android apps. If you have Windows, you cannot build iOS apps. So it's better to have a Mac in Flutter. So which operating system you can build Flutter apps? So you can build Flutter apps. If you have Windows, you can build Android apps, use Git, and use Windows 7, Windows 8 and Windows 10. So if you have a MacBook or iMac, you can build Android apps, build iOS apps, use Git, and use macOS 64-bit. So Flutter overview. So now we are starting with overview. So this whole part, our whole app is a root widget. And then we are going to add things add another widgets in root widget. So and then we are going to add our app bar into our root widget. So it doesn't look like our app is real, but you can see, and then add app bar, and then add text into our app bar. So that will make text is a widget, root widget, and then root widget's child is app bar, and app bar's child is a text. So like that. And then root widget has another child called container, this whole part, and then it has and container has another child is text. Container has three child. One is text, button, and another is an image. So text so now like that we can build our own Flutter app. So root widget has two child. It means root widget has app bar and container. App bar container is a child, and then app bar has only one child called text, and then container has three child. It's text, a button, and image. So now we are done with introduction. So now it's time to code. Now let's say how to install Flutter. So if you're using Android Studio, you can download Flutter into our Android Studio. So and then click on Windows, and then click on here Flutter, this one, and then I already installed, so I don't need to install it again. So if you're using Visual Studio Code, so here go to here extension and then click on Dart. So and then you need to install. I already installed Dart on Visual Studio Code also, so you can also disable and uninstall Dart. So I made so like that. So I don't know how to run in this in Visual Studio Code, so I have a better idea for this one. It's Dartpad. So we can code here. So now I actually got Android 9 instead of Android 10. I'm not sure why. It says it doesn't work on my computer. Android 10 and Android 11 doesn't work on my computer. So that's why I chose Android 9. So I also can choose Android 7, but I didn't choose Android 7 because it's an older version. So there is also many older version, just like marshmallows and cupcake, donut. So but the support has ended on here, on that operating system, so it won't work on Android Studio again, or we cannot build Android app on just like those older versions, because their support ended. So anyways, let's get started. So Dartpad, so and then we need to type void main, so like that, and this. So this one, and then we need to add, and then let's add print. And then let's add hello world, and then end. So let's run, see hello world. So let's try another thing. So that's how you can build text. So print uh, print hola. Hola means hello in Spanish. So now we created two texts. So that's how you can create text in Flutter. So let's try another thing. So string name, or let's string name equals you can add any name. I'm going to add netcode, and then now I'm going to add name equals netcode, and then now we need to print. So and I'm going to add print. So this is the name, and the name is netcode. So I'm going to add name, and then let's run. So it's error occurred. So I will add a void main again, and then I will cut this and then copy it here. So now, so I will use another thing. So this doesn't work. So I will use so let's use another thing. So let's try it here. So I'm going to add int age at 10, age equals 10, print age, run. So now 10. So we used 10 here. So like that. So like that we used int. So we used age here just like we did the last time. So now we're going to use another thing. Now let's add string here. Now let's string name equals netcode name equals netcode, and then let's add print name, run. So now we see, now we created like this. So now it worked. So let's try another. Now Control X. Now it's done. So now next thing is we are going to use Bool Flutter equals Bool Flutter equals. Let's add Flutter. We are going to add Flutter and then print Flutter. So let's run. So I'm going to use so it is the text, so I'm going to add false. Run. False. I'm going to add Flutter this time. Flutter. So only false will work. So now, so we are going to test things. So Notepad. So if we use int, that means we can only use numbers, just like int, just like it. So if we use a string, we can use. If we use a string, that means we can only use a text. So I will add numbers here. So if we use a bool, that means we can use true or false. Let's try with true. So true. So let's run. So we only can use if we use so there are only int, string and bool. So that's how we learn Flutter. See you on next part.